beautiful neighborhood. And the reason we are out here today is to be able to show what Mr. Eber has done with his lawn. He literally has no irrigation here. He's using Florida-friendly plants and ensuring that although he does have green space, that he's keeping that to a minimum, but the yard still is absolutely beautiful. He was a participant in our 2022 Community Waterwise Award competition, and you can see why by looking around in his yard. He was one of the contestants in there and did a wonderful, wonderful job. We know that conserving our most precious resource, which is water, is critical to the future of not only our community in the Tampa Bay area, but worldwide. Very, very important. And as you know, also last year was a very dry year in the Tampa Bay area, and the city of Tampa actually had to purchase water twice last year from Tampa Bay Water. We have a permit to pull 82 million gallons of water out of the Hillsborough River every day. That's usually what we pull out, turn into the best drinking water in the world, and supply our city and a third of the county. When we get to the point of reaching that limit, we have to buy money or buy water for money from Tampa Bay Water, and we had to do that twice. So in December, we began, as the entire Tampa Bay region did, limiting irrigation to once a week. And so we are going to do that permanently now by limiting irrigation to once a week. We dropped water usage in that area I just described from 82 million gallons a day to 78 million gallons a day, just through the community's efforts of saving money, saving water by not irrigating their lawn. And when we talk about the average amount used every time you irrigate your lawn, it's almost 1,000 gallons that are used. Think about that, 1,000 gallons that are used on average to irrigate someone's lawn. So by cutting that down to once a week and using Florida-friendly, irrigation-friendly landscaping in your yard, you can have a beautiful yard and save our precious, most precious resource, water. So we, along with City Council, are going to a permanent once-a-week watering mandate. And now that everybody is used to the once a week, we feel that moving forward with this permanent solution is a great idea for our community. As I said before, water is our most precious resource, and we have done all that we can to try to conserve water through our pipes program, fixing leaky water pipes, working with our community, conserving every drop of water, and also looking at the amount of water that we put out in the bay and being able to eventually save that as well. Water is our most precious resource worldwide, and that is coming more and more into focus as more people move into the Tampa Bay region and there's a higher demand on our water supply. So now I want to turn this over to the individual that has all the answers, and that is our amazing water director, Rory Jones.
Thank you. And we want to thank our customers, the City of Tampa residents. You know, we called upon you all to conserve water back in December, and you answered the call. To this day, you have saved over 1 billion gallons. That resonates not only in the pocketbooks of our customers, but our capital improvement program dollars as well. Our dollars will go further. And as we look to Tampa's future, we realize these conservation efforts are necessary to ensure a sustainable future for Tampa. Water is the future gold, and we need to begin saving now. By limiting water to 1 day a week, it will allow us to grow Tampa in a sustainable manner. And Ryan is a great example of that conservation effort. Thank you.
All right, Ryan, come on up. Tell us how you did it.
Part of the reason why this yard looks like this is because I am kind of lazy, and a lawn that requires a lot of water requires a lot of time too. And as I was listening to the mayor speak about our precious resources, I think time is a precious resource. And this allows you not to have to babysit your lawn. And so there's all sorts of fun alternatives to traditional grass. There's perennial peanut, Asian jasmine, all sorts of things that actually have texture. Lawn is sort of like a carpet, and it's very thirsty and it requires a lot of chemicals, not only to mention the chemicals that it takes to maintain its lushness. So I have created a work of art here. You know, it's not yard work, it's yard art. And it can be fun and it can be maintenance free if you talk to the local nurseries. There's all sorts of information online. So, yes, times are changing and they can be viewed as problems, but I think problems are projects. And that's what makes it fun. So, it can be a fun thing for your family to get involved, and it can seem overwhelming to landscape. But what I did was a little section at a time, and it became an art project. And if something doesn't work, then you can move it. So you know, you don't want to invest all sorts of money in a plant or a bunch of plants that don't work in a specific area. So I just would sort of experiment and see. So it's a work in progress, and it's fun to see immature landscaping become beautiful and lush. And there's all sorts of fun ways of doing this. So don't think of it as a problem. Think of it as a fun project that actually saves precious time and water.
All right, perfect. Yes. And now everyone in Tampa is going to try to get in touch with Ryan for his landscaping advice. So we may have to put you in the landscapers protection program. So, anybody have any questions? Charlie, come on up. Come on.
No, thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much for all of you to be here, especially for the citizens of Tampa who've always been very courteous and understanding of our problems. But the mayor mentioned the PIPES program. That's a $2.9 billion program in which we started about 4.5 years ago. We still need to get to 22nd year. It's going to take 22 years to complete. And that program was put in place because we're spending between $30 and $40 million a year repairing pipes that were 80 and 100 years old. So that problem was not going to get solved. It was going to exacerbate and get worse every year. Along with that, we have a permit from Southwest Water Management District for 82 million gallons a year, like I was mentioned earlier. That is fine and dandy, but as we know from 2001 to now, in 2001, the service area of the city of Tampa handled 463,400 customers. If you want to go a little further, in 98, the population of the city of Tampa was the 82 million gallons was still there, and the population of our service area increased to 493,222. To get matters better and worse, better that they came and worse now that we got to find out how to fix the problem, is in 2004 permit, the same 82, population of Tampa has changed as far as the district supply of water to 605,000 people. And when you look at today's population, today's being from today on, we still have the same 82 million gallons a day permit, and our population is over 733,000 individuals that we have to serve. So all of us working together, we can solve this. And one way to make sure that you're not spending water and money unwisely is when you flush your toilet and the water's filling up, make sure it doesn't continue to flow, because that flapper will cost you like 200 gallons a day. So thank you for being here, all of you. And Tampa is doing fantastic because our people are fantastic. Thank you.
All right. All right. Anybody have any questions? Right. You know, although we are in the rainy season, we expect that these droughts will continue as we move into the future. And as Councilman Miranda so eloquently pointed out, we have the same finite permit of 82 million gallons a day as our population of the service area continues. Not just the city of Tampa, but a third of Hillsborough County as well. So that number is going to continue while we have the same amount of water. So we have to find ways that we can conserve that water. And this is one of the ways. Like Rory said, 1 billion gallons of water have been saved just since December in the once a week lawn watering restriction.
If I may, along the same lines, we started what's called aquifer storage and recovery some years back. And even today's water, Roy and his team has got to put down 1.2 billion gallons of treated water into the 8 wells that we have in the city. What is that for? That's putting money in the bank. We put it into aquifer storage and recovery. That means that when we don't have the rainy season, like in January, February, March, April, we have something to work on. We can't draw, although 1.2 billion sounds a lot. That's not enough water for the city of Tampa for no more than 20 days. So we pump 8 or 10 million gallons a day to match what's coming out of the river, whatever he can get from other sources. But thank you all again.
I believe it's around $3, a little more than $3 per 1,000 gallons. 3.09, something like that. Yeah, I can get you the exact number, but it's $3.09, I believe, per thousand. We have stepped up enforcement. We have a team of 5 folks that do go out, travel thousands of miles, looking at different neighborhoods. It is a 3 strikes and you're out type system. First violation is $100, second is $200, and the third is $300 with a mandatory court visit. So the folks have amped up their travel times, their working hours, but yet the residents here have abided and have continued to conserve. Even though we've ramped up our efforts, we haven't seen tickets increase, and we thank Tampa for that. Sorry, repeat. Yes, you're allowed for that new sod. You are allowed that initial break-in watering period. I believe it's up to 30 days, up to 60 days on that in the ordinance.
We don't want to put the sod business. We don't want to put the sod people out of business, but let's go with Ryan and plant the Florida-friendly plants, and you won't need that new sod or the chemicals that go with it. All right, everybody good? Thank you, guys. Great job.
Thank you.